Hey guys, I welcome you all to my YouTube channel Gardening Paradise and hope you all would be doing great. A plant that appears to be dead often has some life left in it and will almost mysteriously begin to grow again if given the proper care. Sometimes a plant that looks dried and leaves peppery may not necessarily be dead. You need to check the stems and root for any sign of life in them. Here's in this video we'll discuss how to revive a dying plant. We have listed 10 steps to help your plant revive, survive and flourish in the coming season. Before going further, a small request to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get the notification about my new videos. Let's start. Any sign of green on the stem means there a chance you'll be able to bring it back to life. When it comes to plant, dead is a relative term. It may look like your plant is a goner, but when you take a closer look, that may not actually be the case. Just because your plant appears to be dry doesn't imply it cannot be saved. Look for the indications of vitality in the stems and root. The root should be greenish on the inside and the leaf should be flexible and strong. Don't give up on your plant simply because it has turned brown and lost some leaves. If the topsoil of your plant is very dry, compacted and cracked and the leaves are brittle, the plant is dehydrated and needs water. The tips of the leaves will begin to dry up and brown and the leaves will eventually turn brown, die and fall off. You do not have to flood the soil with water, only water enough so that the soil is damp. Allowing a plant to soak in water for a few hours will quickly recover it if it has been underwatered. With this strategy, many plants can transform from droppy and miserable to gorgeous, healthy and cheerful in just a day. However, if your plant is suffering from too much water, the roots will start to rot and mold could grow. Find out how much water your plant needs and adjust your routine. Many plants need less water throughout the winter months. An overwater plant will have a dropping leaves and will have a wilted kind of look to it. You may also see some brown yellow leaves while the soil around the plant may seem wet. If you feel that your plant is dying due to underwatering, then the best solution is to repot the plant in dry and fresh soil. Remove the plant from its container with care. It's time to get a bigger container if you observe that the roots are coiling around inside of the pot. A simple repotting can sometimes be all that is required to bring a dying plant back to life. A large container with well drained and healthy soil can work wonders for your plant and help it to thrive. And also, soil can become depleted of nutrients over time, so repotting every few years is always a good idea. If the humidity is too low, the plant can show sign of shriveling, develop mold, fungal infection, browning and wilting. If more humidity is needed, try misting your plant regularly or grouping them together to help increase humidity. In general, plants with thicker, waxier leaves tolerate dry air better, and that's the situation in most of our homes. Houseplants have been acclimated for life indoors and don't necessarily need very humid conditions. Most won't like sitting next to a heater or air vent as this can be too dry for their liking. This is a simple problem to tackle. Transfer your plant to a more humid spot away from the sun. Feeding your plant is especially important during the growing season. You need to feed your plant at regular intervals with nutritious fertilizer. A malnourished plant will exhibit stunt growth, weak stems, or discolored and malformed leaves. So, to revive a dying plant, you'll need compost or fertilizer. Most plants do best with little fertilizer, usually once or twice a month during the growing season. One personal tip, use water soluble fertilizer instead of putting the solid one, as water soluble one go deep down the roots and work their magic where needed the most. When you see the signs of a dying plant, you need to start by trimming the dead leaves first. Then you need to do the same with dead stem till you see the green stem. New stem easily grow from the trimmed ones. If the leaves are completely brown, they are not coming back, so you want to focus on new growth instead. To remove them, snip the dead leaves with a pair of plant shears or scissors, or gently pinch the dead ones with your fingertips. Typically, dead leaves will come off the stem easily, but if you have to tug, use a pair of shears. Leave around 5 centimeters of stem above the earth if the stems are completely dead, but the roots are still alive. New branches will develop from these old stems as plant recovers. You need to keep an eye on the sign of pest. Pests can ruin your healthy and beautiful plants. Folded leaves, curled up leaves, abnormal growth, deformed and brown color leaves, at times discolored leaves with holes and a white looking substance deposited on the plants are sign of a big attack. Powdery mildew, root rot and leaf spots are example of diseases. Keep the plant isolated from the rest of your garden to prevent the pest or diseases from spreading. In case your plant seems to be attacked by insects or pests, you could do 2 to 3 things to keep it safe. To begin with, wipe your plant clean with a wet cloth, spray mild soap solution, spray neem oil, or you could also buy pest control spray available in the market for plants. Lighting is an important factor for health of your houseplant, so you'll need to make sure that the plant is getting the optimal amount. Once you know if your houseplant prefer full sun, partial sun, direct sunlight or indirect sunlight, then you can move it to a more suitable area of your home. A very famous quote, if your plant isn't getting enough light, moving it somewhere can help. There are plants that just need moderate to indirect sunlight. If in case your plant is getting too much sun, then move it in shade. You can look for dry and brittle leaves or light and dark patches that will show that the plant is under stress. Similarly, if your plant is not getting enough light, then move to a better light condition. Lighting is such a vital aspect in the health of your house plants that you will want to be sure that your plant is getting the right amount. A plant that hasn't received enough sunlight will have pale leaves and weak stems. It can be easy to lose hope when it looks like your efforts aren't paying off. It took a while to nearly kill your plant, and it's going to take a while to nurse it back to health. The key is to be patient. Continue to care for your plant for a few weeks and then reassess. Once you have taken steps to revive a dying plant, it can take up a month before you start to see an improvement or new growth. So don't give up on it too soon. You may also need to do some troubleshooting before figuring out the exact problem and the subsequent solution. So the process may take longer than expected. If you have tried everything, even waiting at least a month, and your plant hasn't improved, it's probable it's time to let it go. Place your dead plant in a compost bin instead of throwing it away to generate nutrient rich soil that can be used to fertilize future houseplants or garden. That means your dead plant can have new life and contribute to health of your future plants while also helping the environment. With these simple steps, your plant can bounce back to life. Have you ever saved a dying plant? Share your tips in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more plant care tips. In the end, like always, thanks for watching. Happy gardening.